Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. Welcome to Dubai. You have the Gulf Sea over Oman in the Middle East, and on the other side we are at Ajman. Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. I'd like to start by wishing everyone a pleasant weekend. Today I'd like to talk about the case of Idaho quadruples that took place on the 12th of November 2022. The trial is going to be held at Ada County on the 2nd of June 2025. That's when it starts. And I believe it takes up to 6 weeks. They have to select the jury. It's going to be an interesting trial. It's 2 years ago since the quadruples happened, and we want the correct justice for the 4 victims. Let me show you a little bit about Ajman. You have the camel ride over there. There are actually many people who are swimming. It's hot. Look at the beautiful sunset, guys. I love camels. They're such humble animals, loyal to their masters. The Arabs love their camels. And from the country I originally come from, in East Africa, we are known to have camels too. Camels and horses, actually, many other animals. I love camels. What a beautiful sunset on a Friday evening. This is the same sea that goes through Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Oman, and I believe Bahrain. It's just so sad that there's a war going on in the Middle East, at least not this side of the Middle East. I hope they cease fire in Lebanon, Palestine, Gaza and West Bank, Syria, Iraq, and all the other countries, Israel, Iran. I hope that a ceasefire agreement is come too soon, because it's been a year since this war has been going on. 40,800 people are dead already, in Palestine. 16,000 are children. That's definitely something that we can't ignore. What is strange is when we talk about true crime, it's about getting justice for victims. But when do we get and how do we get justice for 41,000 people unalived in Gaza? That is a genocide. May God Almighty bring peace to His beautiful world that we're taking for granted, in my opinion. I've come and sat on the other side behind the camel. Look at the beauty. It's a long beach actually. A very long strip of beach. They have life guards and everything here. It looks like most of these people are good swimmers. They seem to be quite far in the sea. It's a Friday. In the Muslim world actually, or mostly the Arab worlds, they have Fridays and Saturdays are the weekends, in Dubai at least. Thursdays and Fridays actually, sorry. So you can see everyone's at the beach. But they usually are at the beach. Today I'd like to talk about the Idaho quadruples, like I said. And I'd really like to talk about the surviving roommates and the 4 victims. Because I believe the house was part of the target. Not only the 4 victims. So this could have had anything to do with the surviving roommates, with the 4 victims, the sororities, or the frats. Anything is possible. I wanted to start by talking a bit about the property itself, 1122 Kings Road. Bear in mind that the front door was left open and the police never mentioned where the entrance point was. Did the access to the house from behind the house, through the sliding door, or the windows, or the front door, or could the surviving roommates have let them in? Just asking questions. I'm not accusing anyone. But the longer we stay in this case, one thing is obvious, is that something does not make sense. We have 4 victims brutally unalived, and we have 2 surviving roommates and a dog called Murphy, Kaylee's dog. Besides the fact that the police has ruled out the 2 surviving roommates, how do we know? that they weren't involved in maybe informing the intruder, the suspect, of when the 4 victims would be at home, who would be at home with them. Because let's not forget, nobody's going to take the chance of entering a big house that is not actually very isolated. It's just right out of the university campus and the many apartments, like Queen's apartment and other houses nearby. So are they trying to tell us that none of the neighbors heard any noise besides the closest neighbor? What about the people in Queen's apartment? Where were the ambulances? We have the guy that JLR investigates, took an interview with, who clearly said that when he was driving home, and he didn't live far from the victim's home, he said that he clearly saw police cars and ambulances in front of 1122 Kings Road. He said this was early in the morning. This was in the morning. So, did the police manage to get the 4 victims, 4 unalived victims, out of the house before the media and the vandals alert went off? Because usually what we know about such incidents is that the police have to make sure that the crime scene is secure. They're not allowed to move the bodies until the forensics team come and do their assessments, and then they transport God rest their souls, the victims, to the morgues. Something doesn't make sense of the story. And that's why I wanted to talk about the surviving roommates. How much do they know? Are they scared to talk? And why did it take them 8 hours to call the police? Eight hours is a long time not to call the police. Goodbye. So why didn't they call the police? They were allegedly awake when all this took place in the house. So it's kind of strange when you think about that. Why would it take 8 hours to call 911? Wasn't it an emergency? You had a quadruples that took place, and yet again, none of the surviving roommates called the police. They didn't even call friends to call the police if they were that scared. Today I'm going to be honest and ask this question. Could one of the surviving roommates, or both of the surviving roommates, have been allegedly involved? I mean, not involved by necessarily doing the unalivings itself, God forbid, but by giving in information to somebody who was dangerous. some people were dangerous. Was this a professional hit? But yet again, we heard that there was blood on the walls. Was a message written on the wall? Maybe that is what gave the police the idea or the thought that this was a targeted crime. Let's not forget, in the beginning of this case, they said it could have been a robbery gone wrong. What could have been robbed? What could have been in the house? Was there something illegal in the house? Was there money laundering going on? Was there something going on? Let's not forget, let's be honest, Idaho is struggling to A-class drugs coming in and out. And there's something, I personally believe, there's some connection between Idaho, Arizona, California, and Mexico. I do actually believe Inan Harsh when he said that he saw the license plate of either Arizona, Nevada, Montana, California. I don't believe he was lying about that. And I believe that is the reason Ann Taylor subpoenaed him. She wants to know what Inan Harsh knows. And I really believe Inan Harsh knows a lot. He's just hiding it. Or could he be involved? Allegedly. I wonder what these people are hiding. What do they know? Inan Harsh said that he heard someone screaming, or he heard a scream that day, night. And he didn't think of anything until he heard it from the neighbors, and the police knocked at his door. What is strange in this case is everyone says it was a quiet night, but yet again, there were so many people moving. There was so much going on, but yet it was a quiet night. Who was Matt? Who is Matt? Because Saeed told the police at the Banfield that he came from Matt's house, or the boys told the police. What does Matt know? I wonder if anyone went from Matt's party to 1122 Kings Road. Or was Matt the alibi? Allegedly. Why was the front door left open? Could the suspect have come in from the sliding door and left from the front door? Because we saw the four figures running. Could it have been them? Allegedly. Was it the black truck that we saw driving down Taylor Avenue at 3:01 at the Banfield stop? You could see the headlights was flashing from 1122 Kings Road and coming downwards. And we know, we've heard allegedly, that DM has a car like that, or her parents, one of her parents, either a stepmother or her mother or father, owns a Jeep like that. And we've seen DM standing in front of the exact same Jeep, a big Jeep or big truck, and she had the keys in her hand. What was going on in Taylor Avenue that night is a question. because we saw the four figures running to that alleyway. I found it strange that Inan Harsh said that if he did the quadruples, he would have come from behind 1122 Kings Road and in from the sliding door, because he found that to be the easiest access point. In his interview, he kept on saying that the girls were nice over 10 times. But yet again, he said he did not know them. He's never entered the house, but he gave them a half bottle of red wine that he didn't have any use of. Was he trying to check up the girls? Allegedly. Could he have been the stalker Kaylee was talking about, allegedly? Because he was actually, in a way, stalking the girls. Because what I've noticed in the interviews, the way he was talking about the girls and how they used to sit and chill and listen to music at the backyard, seemed to be, to me, like somebody was paying too close attention to them. Could Inan Harsh have been Kaylee's stalker? Allegedly. Why did Ann Taylor subpoena Inan Harsh in the beginning of this case? I'm sure he'll be one of the witnesses in court. I wonder if she suspects him, or if she found out that he was the stalker. I wonder if BK and Inan Harsh knows each other. That's another thing too. Could Inan Harsh know any of the surviving roommates? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Guys, it's late. Sun has gone down. I came quite late to the beach, but it's right next to my hotel, so I'm enjoying this view. And I have almost the same view from my balcony. But it's better to come down and see the real thing. Couldn't just be bothered to come during the day. It's so hot, it's humid. I hope everyone has a lovely weekend. Take care and enjoy yourselves. I'll be making another clip soon from Dubai, hopefully. Now I'm at Ajman. That's just 30 minutes from Dubai by car, by driving distance. So have a lovely weekend, guys. Bye.